quick. Routines are not superstitions. Here's the second point I want to make when it comes to routines. Routines are not superstitions. I call superstitions stupid stitions. If you look up synonyms for superstitions, you'll find words like delusional, illusion, sorcery, witchcraft, magic. And if you look up antonyms, you'll actually find the word science. So the antonym, the opposite of superstition is science. So a superstition takes away all of your trust in yourself. A superstition says, if I don't put on my left sock first, then I'm going to have a bad race. Or if I don't wear my lucky underwear, then I'm going to lose. Stupid stitions, they take away your true superpower. All that preparation you put in, all the training sessions you pushed yourself in, all the weight training sessions, the times you chose to eat healthy instead of veering off the path and eating junk, all the mental training you did to harden your mind, all of that is for naught if you don't have your shirt on that makes you feel fast. So I had one athlete I was working with that had a subpar performance. So he shaved his beard and he gave himself a mustache. Then in his next outing, he didn't perform again, so he shaved his mustache. Then he had another bad outing, so he went out and partied with his buddies, thinking he just had to relax. None of this worked out in his favor. It destroyed his confidence overall in himself because he was putting faith in unfounded beliefs, in stupid stitions. If I shave my beard, then I'll have a solid performance. Stupid stitions. I mean, I can't stress this enough, how detrimental they can be. Now, here's how superstitions and routines differ. The difference is a routine is a habit done with intention. So let's take a look at that lucky underwear or putting on your socks, left foot, right foot. Now, here's the difference between this being a superstition and a routine. Remember that consistent behaviors lead to consistent thoughts. So one psychological principle to pay attention to is priming. Are you priming your brain intentionally? Now, this coupled with the principle of recency, which states that what we have thought about most recently is remembered most readily, will result in you seeing the world through that lens. So if you're lucky underwear, let's take your lucky underwear. If you're into putting your faith into something outside of your control, like luck, then go for it. Or as you put on your underwear, you think, all right, this is my mental toughness uniform. The behavior of putting this article of clothing on is a mental checkpoint for yourself. Am I thinking about what I need to be thinking about right now? If you put it on and you're thinking about how you're mentally tough, then when you get there onto, when you get into the competition, then you'll be much more likely to have productive, tough thoughts instead of, oh man, I'm just having a bad day today. It's just not my day. Wow, they're so lucky. Man, they woke up fast today. I woke up slow. I got a text from the head coach at University of Oklahoma that he got from one of the most mentally tough athletes I know, Adam Wainwright, a pitcher for the St. Louis Cardinals, 3-time All-Star, 2006 world champion. Here's what he said about mental toughness. One time I had the bathroom woes and threw 17 pitches before the game started. Plenty. One time I thought the game was at 7:08 and it was actually at 6:40. The pitching coach walked in and said, "Are you coming out?" I calmly looked at him when he told me the game was starting in 10 minutes and said, "Yes, sir. Don't need much today." Like it was planned. A fast jog out to the bullpen. I was in Milwaukee at the time. Not a sprint. A sprint said that I was late. A jog said I was planning on this. I threw 7, maybe 8 pitches. Let's get it. All I needed, 6 1/3 innings, no runs. Sometimes we overthink things. It's all about execution. Am I better than you today? Routine helps me know I'm prepared, but if a wild card flips, I'm mentally tough enough to make that work too. When a wild card flips, are you mentally tough to still find it in yourself to compete with what you have that day? If you're superstitious, the answer is no, because you didn't have time to shave your face or because your dad wasn't there to help you zip up your wetsuit or something like that. Stupid stitions take away your inner knowing that you have what it takes and that you put in the work to go out there and compete. So that's mistake number 2. Amateurs don't have a set routine. They don't have anything to go to when adversity hits, and they use superstitions to create a false sense of belief instead of knowing what behaviors lead to their consistent competitive thinking and solution focused mindset.